Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. Together, we're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our once a week podcast, the Thinking LSAT podcast. This email is from Jacob. Good morning. I'm looking for help with my personal statement topic. I've narrowed down 3 potential options. Some background about my application, 167, retaking the test, a 3.75 GPA. Here are the potential topics. Number
Pretty strong
one,
applicant, especially if he gets it into the 170s, he'd be looking at some top like T14 schools, I would imagine.
Sure.
Okay.
Personal statement topics. 1, increasing my battalion readiness score from a failing 65% to a passing 98%. I was my unit's maintenance chief in the Marine Corps and responsible for implementing procedures at my unit to improve our readiness capabilities. Okay, pros. Most I statement potential, unique experience, cons, furthest back in time, 2017. Okay.
That's a few years ago, but it's such a serious adult thing that I think I imagine that the reader would be happy to latch on to Jacob as like, hey, successful Marine Corps unit chief.
Well, also, if you don't foolishly say
In 2017, yeah.
in the summer of 2017,
Right.
just tell the story. And people don't always go back to your resume and say,
right.
when did this happen?
Right.
If you make it sound obviously in the past, but there's no reason to emphasize the timing, they'll just assume it happened within a reasonable amount of time, and they may think it just happened.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I don't think people need to worry so much about going back in time as they need to worry about relative trips back in time to college or high school, right? That's the thing that matters is like, are you telling me an adult professional story or are you telling me about some lame college bullshit?
It also depends on how impressive it is, right? So like if it's not that impressive and it's from 5 years ago, it's kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Number 2.
That sounds good. And I don't think he needs to worry about it being in 2017.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 2, creating a nationwide small business relief program during the height of the pandemic. I spearheaded a program at my company to offer support to restaurants and other service industry businesses at the onset of the shutdowns. Pros, strong story, recent, a lot of I statement potential. Cons, program was fairly robust. I am struggling at drafting more than a half a page of writing without over embellishment.
I don't see how the program being robust would be a con.
Yeah, it's almost like, it sounds like what Jacob is saying is it was so big he doesn't know what to focus on, but that's actually not a con. You just pick something and start providing facts about it. It's when people can't provide facts that they run into problems. You don't have to tell the whole story. And I don't understand without over embellishment, just stick to the facts. If they're impressive facts, then they will not be over embellished. They'll just be true.
I'm glad he's worried about over embellishment. Most people aren't.
Yeah, Jacob sounds like someone who's actually listened to us on a lot of personal statement episodes. So props to that. 3, closing over $1 million in sales as an HVAC in-home sales advisor. Pros, impressive numbers. Recent. Cons, again, struggling to incorporate enough material without unnecessary fluff. Okay, so if that's what it sounds like, topic 1 is where you should start. If you're having trouble coming up with facts that explaining what you did, then maybe you didn't do as much as you're kind of saying here. Like, anyways.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I think I agree. I like personal statement topic 1. I mean, if you think about the brand that you're going to leave them with, it's something that they're going to clearly be able to understand. It's something that they're going to be able to communicate to the other people on the committee who might not have read your personal statement they're going to be able to say, oh, this guy, Jacob, yeah, Marine unit chief, successful.
Turned his unit around from an F grade to an A plus.
Yeah.
They
That
understand that.
yeah, it's a simple story to tell, and it sounds like you have plenty of stuff to write about it. So I really like that. The nationwide small business relief program. I think most people, when they come to us and claim that they created a nationwide small business relief program, it sounds inherently bullshitty, right? It's like, I
Yeah.
think Ben and I are skeptics, so we're both going to be
You
like,
helped
really?
your manager spearhead that? Like you
Yeah, and
said,
what do you
I
mean it was
spearheaded the program.
nationwide? You mean you had one business that was in a different state that, it's like, now you'd have to back it up with all the facts, which would be great. But I don't know, the brand that you're going to leave there is like, it's kind of complicated, right? There's no elevator pitch for that. Or I'm
Yeah.
struggling to see what it is.
Yeah. Here's a challenge for you, Jacob. If you really want our advice, write the first paragraph for each one of these.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
Yeah.
We can knock those out really quick and be like, yes, this is
Yeah.
going in the right direction. Plus, the first paragraph is the most important one because it determines whether they'll read the rest of the statement.
Yeah. The $1 million in sales as an HVAC in-home sales advisor. I don't know. I think any of these things could be great if you didn't have other stuff to write about. The in-home sales advisor, that sounds like you were kind of working on your own. It's great that it's like real world, practical, making money, convincing other people to do stuff that they probably did not want to do when they met you. Being successful at that. I think any of these could be great stories, but I'm definitely leaning toward the first one.
Yeah.
I did want to say, like, lawyers, you shouldn't be having a lack of words. It shouldn't be that hard to write a page and a half about any of these things. So that part made me a little, it does seem like Jacob is a really good candidate.
Yeah.
I wonder whether he really wants to do this though.
Go to law school.
Yeah. Cause like someone who's going to be a good fit for law school, I think would just go ahead and write all three of these statements and potentially a fourth statement, which is a hybrid of 2 and 3, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I think you'd maybe, cause it just shouldn't take that long to write these drafts. And I don't know. Yeah. I like Ben's suggestion to write the first paragraph of each of these and go ahead and resubmit to the show.
Cool. If you have a question about your personal statement or anything else for that matter, email daily@lsatdemon.com and we'll do our best we can. Thanks for listening.